What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to give you a good breakdown of everything you need to know when it comes down to Lucid today. And there is some positive things coming out, some negatives. I'm going to explain what they all are and what they mean to us as investors. Before I get into any of that though, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. With that, let's get right to it. Live ticker is going at the very bottom. It's very volatile and especially a little bit lower volume. So typically lower volume adds a little bit more volatility. But generally speaking, it's a Friday. Nobody really wants to trade today. 3.4 million as far as volume, 426,000 shares being traded by institutions. That is on the secondary market. But overall though, there is several different things that's been holding Lucid back, and I just want to put that in perspective. Over the last little bit, Tesla's gone on a massive run, and it started to spread the gap per se between Tesla and Lucid and other EVs as well. You can even see today Lucid is down right now, a little bit flat. Tesla is very much positive. NIO, everyone else for the most part is very much red. So take that how you see that. Keep in mind though, I'm not a financial advisor. Anything I say is just for entertainment purposes. But getting back to it though, there's two things that's been really holding Lucid back in my own opinion. One of which is this. So the new proposal for the EV credits, generally speaking, nothing has changed for Lucid. The only thing is that what has changed is that it's more beneficial for Tesla and GM, ones that did not have a union, because at the end of the day, this new proposal removes that 200,000 vehicle cap. So definitely Tesla can produce as many vehicles as they want and have and benefit greatly from that. And you can see as well, so there was other companies out there that, such as Ford, that did get an extra 4,500 bonus because of the vehicle being made by a union made company. So this is where Ford would benefit, get that extra 4,500, but now it looks like this new proposal is eliminating that, so making the leveling playing field, if you want to call it that, flat. So Tesla now technically has obviously economies of scale. They can ramp up production greater than almost any other company out there, including Ford. Ford's definitely up there, similar to GM, but still Tesla has kind of mastered the production of EVs. So this is where a lot of people are trying to take down Tesla, and them removing this $4,500 credit definitely is a little bit harder. And keep in mind, Lucid is not even in the production realm. That's one of the biggest negatives. Obviously, we'll find out potentially in their Q2 earnings. And keeping in line with production, unfortunately, another thing that is affecting Lucid behind the scenes is this. So there was this news article that did come out by Lucid Insider that ultimately said that Lucid's putting a stoppage on delivering Lucid Airs. I did do a video on this, just coinciding it with the huge amount of vehicles seen on Bear's Workshop, their flyovers. So in reality, whether this is true or not, a lot of people on Twitter don't necessarily like this information, but still, at the end of the day, when news like this comes out, whether it's accurate or not, typically it's seen as valid. So it's one of those things. It's hard that we can't really disprove it. We'll just have to wait till the Q2 earnings for them to disclose that or say something along those lines. We all know right now Lucid is not the most transparent company, so most likely, unless there is a recall associated to that, we most likely will not find any additional information, at least until, like I said, the Q2 earnings. So generally speaking, that is the negative things that's been really holding Lucid back. On the positive though, there is this. So Lucid Motors is hosting another pop-up ride and event in BC, this time in Kelowna. So at the end of the day, that's very exciting. So this is coming out tomorrow on July the 30th. And in reality though, same thing as that Goodwood Festival, it gets Lucid's name out there. So I was reading through this, it looks like there is a ride along with a child in exotic sports cars and things like that. So I really do like that. It definitely gets Lucid's name out there, and it puts Lucid's name in a very positive light. So I think Lucid definitely really needs that, and if anything, we saw from the Goodwood Festival, that's free PR, and it goes to show, and it showcases exactly what Lucid has, the technology. It's a very exciting time, and like I said, free advertising never really hurts. So that's my own 2 cents of what is kind of driving Lucid up and down, what's kind of holding it back. Some positive things to look forward to in the potential Q2 earnings though. I did do a poll as far as what do you think the positive surprise out of the earnings will be, and surprisingly enough, a lot of people are very optimistic about the delivery numbers. So I see that as a very positive sign. The reservation numbers definitely will be up there. I think there's a lot of good possible things that will come out of their earnings, make sure you do subscribe, because I'm going to be live streaming that. It will be a very fun time. But generally speaking, if we do get very good delivery numbers, then anticipate Lucid's stock price to go up considerably, because hands down that's been one of the biggest underlying negatives of Lucid up front. And if we can actually cure that, then you know what, the sky is the limit. And with that though, I just want to cap it off with some other additional information, things that's happening behind the scenes, one of which is short information. So despite everything, it's been pretty flat over the last couple of days, and I found that very interesting because cost to borrow has been for the most part going down. Typically it's been around 18%, now it is at 15.96, so not pretty substantial changes, but still, usually when you do compare this, the short interest and cost to borrow are typically inverse. So the fact that cost to borrow is going down and short interest isn't really going up goes to show that the shorts don't really find it advantageous at these prices to short Lucid. That's my own 2 cents as well. And right now short interest is currently at 20.61%, and there is currently 120.37 million shares being shorted of Lucid. Short score is currently 86.67. Higher the number, the higher the likelihood of a squeeze happening. So overall on the short front, it definitely shows a underlying ability and wanting to go up. So that's my own 2 cents as well. And with that, just want to quickly show you this. Like I said, within the first 1 hour of the trading day, there has been still a huge amount of institutional purchasing happening behind the scenes. But I do anticipate a lot more institutional purchasing happening into Lucid over the coming days, because I do, looking at the actual technicals, we sold off, in my own opinion, like I said, despite all the recession talks and everything like that, because like I even said in live streams that typically after the Fed meeting, we were going to go silent. You weren't really going to hear all of that recession talk and all that BS. And if you scrape all that away, look at the pure data, which I like to do, looking here, we basically sold off, not because of recession talks or anything like that, but we were very much overbought, similar to the whole broader market. So we pulled back because we were very hot. Now we're currently at 13. So we went from very much overbought to now very much oversold. So we are very overdue for a nice rally, a nice little pick-me-up. So that's my own 2 cents. You can even tell a number of buyers is getting in today based on momentum indicator. Stochastic, like I said, is very, very low. So anticipate a lot more institutions getting in, but generally speaking, I think a lot of people are really watching for what the earnings are going to say, and hopefully if they do have good positive catalysts that do come from that, then we will see 20 and then 25. It's a very fast time frame that we can easily go up. And looking on the actual chart, lower percentile of the Bollinger Band, so a little bit showing of weakness going on the technicals, but still, like I said, you have to look at the underlying business, think about your long-term time horizon, and short-term, Lucid is going to be very volatile, we all know that, but long-term, that's where you're going to make the real money with Lucid. My own 2 cents, like I always say. But with all that, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. And if you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that, I appreciate you guys watching, and let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.